Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum students. Hope you all are fine and enjoying your winters with your family. Now let's have a look at the today's topic. Today's topic is about the soils. Soil is basically the upper layer of the earth, and you people see soil everywhere in the land and in the fresh land around us. Components of the soil means how soil is formed, what are the main components that make up the soil. Components of the soil. There are basically four main components that make up the soil ideal, and these are present in soil and make the soil ideal for the growth of the plants and terrestrial plant ecosystem. Now let's have a look at what are these components that are too much important for the ideal soil. These are the components that include: first one is minerals, second water, third air, and fourth organic matter. Now minerals occupy most of the volume of the soil, like up to 45% to 49%, and play a very important role, and it is inorganic form of minerals, and it provide good nutrients to the plants, so that they can easily grow in a good way. Nutrients are basically naturally occurring substances in the soils. Next we have water. Water occupy 25%, air also occupy 25% volume of the earth. And then we have organic matter that occupy 5%, and out of this 5%, 10% organic matter is formed by organisms like plants and animals, and 10% is from the roots of the plants, and 80% from the humus. Now we can discuss all of these components that make the soil ideal if these are present in that amount in a good way, so that they make the soil ideal for the growth of the plants and terrestrial ecosystem. Let's have a look at all of these one by one. First of all, we discuss that what is mineral particles. The largest component of the soil, as I have already told you, is the mineral portion, which makes up approximately 45% to 49% of the volume, and it is naturally occurring substance, and it provides nutrients to the plant for their better growth. Understand, students? Now, how minerals are present and what are the main types of minerals. Soil minerals are derived from two principal mineral types. Basically, minerals are divided into two main types. One is primary minerals and other is secondary minerals, and we called it as primary and secondary minerals according to the soil present in which it is present. Like primary soils are majorly found in the soil that is of sand and silt type, and secondary minerals are majorly found in silicate clay, like this picture shown, and it is like rock. Next we have the water. Our earth is mostly formed of the water. Like water is also the basic and important component of soil. It can take approximately 2 to 50% of the soil volume according to the soil condition. As I already told you that for an ideal soil, water is up to 25%, and according to the condition and the location of the soil, the water capacity of the soil is changing, and the water volume is changed in soil. So water can make up approximately 2% to 50% of the soil volume. Water is important for transporting nutrients to growing plants, like roots absorb nutrients from the nutrients from the soil with the help of water. Roots can not absorb nutrients without water. Root absorb water, and with water nutrients are also absorbed by the roots, and they provide to the whole plants, and the growth of the plant is good. One of the another role that water is performing is that the decomposition like of both chemical and biological material, like biological including both living organisms of living plants and living animals that dead, they decompose, water decompose them, and the chemical like some rocks weathering they decompose the chemical that are present inside the soil. Now, one of the most important topic is response of water to different soil. Water, water is the soil is responding to water in different ways according to the nature of its texture. The capacity of a soil to hold water is largely depend upon a soil texture. The more small particles in soil, the more water the soil can retain. If there are more small particles of the soil type, it can retain more water. The clay soil having the greatest water holding capacity, and sands have the least water holding capacity. Clay have the smallest particle, so that's why they can hold clays having the greatest water holding capacity because it has the smallest particles in the of the soils, and sands have the least water holding capacity, and the water is moving into the groundwater easily because its particles are little much larger than the clay and loam soil, and loam soil retains some water, and some water is moved to the groundwater. Its particles are size is smaller than the sand and larger than the clay. That's why. And clay is the take more water, and it has more water holding capacity because of the smallest size of the particles. Now we have look on the organic matter, which is very important for the growth of the terrestrial ecosystem, including plants, herbs, shrubs, like these all. Organic matter is the basic component that found in soil, and it is approximately 1% to 5%, and I already told you student that this 5% of organic matter is coming from organisms, also from the roots, and also from the organic matter is derived from dead plants and animals. When a plant and animal that is dead, the microorganism including bacteria and many other worms decompose most of it. But the remains which are not decomposed by microorganism is known as organic matter. We called it as organic matter. This organic matter is not decomposed by the microorganisms, so that's why this is known as organic matter. It provides essential elements. It has essential elements like the elements present in the organism when they are alive. Like the plant, when they are alive, they have the elements, and when animals, they have the elements when they are alive. When they dead, these particles is present in the organic matter, and the soil become ideal. The plants can absorb these elements from the organic matter and show the best growth of the plant. Now next is we have air, like water, like organic matter, like minerals. Air is also one of the important constituent of the soil. It can make approximately 2% to 50% of the soil volume according to the nature and the place of the soil where it is located. Okay. First of all, oxygen is one of the most important component. Carbon dioxide is one of the most important component, and nitrogen is also one of the most important component for the best growth of the soil. Like oxygen is essential for roots and microbe respiration, which help support plant growth. The microbes present in the soil, which is also important for the plant, they respire through the help of the oxygen if and the roots absorb this oxygen. If the oxygen is not present, is not coming to the soil, so that the plant growth is not as when the oxygen is present. Then carbon dioxide and nitrogen are also important for below ground plant functions, such as for nitrogen fixing bacteria. Bacteria that is present inside the soil convert the nitrogen into that form that the plant can easily absorb it in that way. So we call that nitrogen, that bacteria convert the nitrogen to that form of nitrogen that plant can easily absorb. You can discuss this process in your senior classes in detail. Now you can only know about that bacteria is present inside the soil and it can convert the nitrogen present in the soil into that form that plant can easily absorb it and work for the betterment of the plant. Okay, carbon dioxide is also important. Did you know that if you take a spoon, that is teaspoon full of soil, and if you take teaspoon and fill it with soil, there are approximately 4 billion microorganisms can be found in it. This is an interesting information I can share with you. I hope students you enjoyed the lecture and you can easily understand what are the components of soil. Allah Hafiz, thank you.